Welcome back to Fault Your Ish, good D on Sika Strength News Show. I'm Owen.
I'm Dara.
And today's
We are
episode,
alcoholics.
we're back together. We're in the crew. The band is back together, as they
boys.
say. The boys is back together, as they say. As always, sponsored by Sika Sleep. Now, Sika Sleep is our first supplement, and the supplement is really great for your sleep because it contains some of the most important nutrients you need for your sleep, and it's been a big hit with everyone who has tried it so far. And we might have another new product coming out in the not so distant future.
Yeah.
With all that being said,
I think they'd call that the final quarter of the year.
Q4.
Yeah, Q4.
Now, in Q4, we've had the 2023 World Weightlifting Championships, and we're going to do a longer form podcast talking about a lot of the problems with this year's Worlds. But for today, we're just going to focus on some of the standout lifts, as it has just finished yesterday, and today is Monday, and it's the news show. So start off with Olivia Reeves, a 20-year-old American. And some people get annoyed about that. They're like, oh, which America? And you should actually shut the fuck up if you say things like that. But anyway, Olivia Reeves from the good old US of A. And she is clean and jerking 142 kilos for a junior world record in clean and jerk and the total. And mighty God, it's powerful.
Yeah, the clean on this particularly is so good. People should just never... 142 kilos is not to be sniffled at.
Not as a 71 kilo 20-year-old girl.
A double body weight clean and jerk as a 20-year-old
Yeah.
is insane.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially a 20-year-old female. Like, it's just...
Yeah. Very strong squatter. I think that was kind of the big thing that came into the limelight, was her squatting 200 kilos, I think, sometime last year when she would have been a teenager. And her technique has improved very noticeably, both on the snatch and the clean and jerk. And I have to imagine some of the other female lifters are feeling the heat.
Feeling that moist, warm breath on their necks.
Of the underdog. Well, she's not really the underdog if she's doing great.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got a blank page because Instagram. And one of my favourite female lifters always, and I don't really want to mess up the names, but I'm going to try my best. She's from Ecuador, and her name is Angie Djamoes. I feel like that's kind of correct. Great lifter. Very, 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 very powerful.
What is it about South American weightlifters that makes them so power?
I don't know, but it's so very power is all it is.
But it's also so stereotypical across the whole remit of South America.
They always have some kind of colour in their outfits too. Have you noticed that, male and female?
They always have arms that are just too long for weightlifting, but they make it work.
Always super jacked as well.
Yeah.
It's great to see.
Yeah.
Snatching 117 kilos in the 71 kilo class, and she came second overall, and a phenomenally good lifter.
On this point, is Toma going to be in the 71 kilo class?
So she just weighed in, I believe, and that's one of the things we'll get to with the longer form episode later in the week, talking about the Worlds. But for now, Caprice Angie Djamoes. Next up, we've got Park Hee-young, who we actually had the pleasure of meeting this year, and some humorous post-training national team banter was going on with Hee-young and a few of the other lifters.
A bit of crack.
At one point, there was 3 of the lifters standing in a triangle, slapping each other's chests. Actually, it was just Jan Hack slapping one of the super's chests, and then eventually the super lashed out.
Yeah, and just punched him.
Anyway, Park Young, 19-year-old sensation, one of the strongest females on the planet, clean jerking 165 with what I would consider casualness. Ease.
Yeah, this, for me, it's this dip and drive. That 15 kilo barbell is under massive pressure.
Do you know what that dip and drive comes from? Is a 270 back squat.
Yeah.
That's where that comes from.
Just that super short, sharp, like unless you're a female jerking over 155 or 160 kilos, that short and sharp of a dip and drive ain't for you. But if it is, and you are the female in that position,
yes,
by God, it pops the bar off your chest.
Yeah, that female bar goes through too many oscillations when it's loaded like that to go for a deeper dip and drive. So you're actually generally more beneficial going for that shorter one. Got that really vertical shin angle that you see a lot of times with the Korean lifters in the clean. Some of the Eastern European lifters like that, like Ukraine, but super sharp lifting, and one of the future superstars of female weightlifting for sure.
Yeah, her split position as well looks so short.
Yeah.
But it's actually just her lever or her limb lengths are so optimal.
It would be fair to say she's well built for weightlifting.
2/3 of her leg is shin.
No, you've got that as well, but it's no, actually, half of your leg is shin and half is your thigh. Now, next up is, I'm going to say, my favorite current active weightlifter, Liu Huanhua, purely because he's got a beautiful lockout, and he won in the clean and jerk a gold medal with 224 clean O's to pip our boy Miso for the gold medal in the clean and jerk. And Liu Huanhua has just moved up to the 102s, very new to it, so it does take a while for that strength to carry over. And we had a great episode of the podcast recorded, which is coming out in the season we keep talking about, where we talked to Liu Huanhua's physical therapy doctor and really got into the process of how Liu Huanhua gained some weight and how he got up to the 102s and what he kind of did for his lifting. But love the clean and jerk.
You know what? I think we should just release that podcast series next week.
No, it's not. It's nearly done. No, it's not getting released yet.
Anyway, on that clean, I feel there's elements of that clean are very Ilya Ilin-esque.
Oh, so?
On the timing and catch. Remember Ilya used to be like standing up as he's like just ba-bang.
Yeah.
That timing is glorious.
Yeah, but the extension is way too much compared to Ilya's.
No, but it's the timing of the catch and stand, very Ilya-esque.
Maybe you just can't catch 224 unless you stand up like that.
Maybe
you just have to have that good timing.
Yeah.
But Liu Huanhua with the incredible split jerk. Be interesting to see how he moves up in the class, or once he kind of evolves into the class or settles in a little bit.
Not a pick on him.
Not a pick
Over
on him.
100 kilos and he's shredded.
Now, speaking of people not a pick on them, we had everyone's favourite horse, Akbar Jurayev, cut down to 109s, and now that the new show's been running for over a year, we've seen, this is our second Worlds we've been on with the new show, and we speculated that Akbar would be just moving back to the 109s. He wouldn't be staying as a super forever. So Akbar did 109 and 221. He missed 231 on his third attempt in the 109s.
I'm not going to lie, that snatch didn't look great.
His technique on the snatch is, it's very loopier on the knees. He's always hopping forward, you know.
Yeah.
And it does leave a bit to be desired.
It's just that overhead as well, the super kicks back wrist, the elbows wobbling in and out.
Mm-hmm.
It's, what I would say is it's still under refinement.
See, Uzbekistan do train just hardcore from what we've seen, and it was something Miso's father was telling us a couple of years ago, that they went to do a lot of training camps in Uzbekistan to see what they were doing, and it was something that they didn't necessarily agree with, was kind of the polite way of putting their approach to training. So I think there's more emphasis on brute strength and work capacity and other things, and not so much on the finer technical details.
Yeah.
Now, it hasn't been stopping Akbar doing a whole lot of damage in the international scene, so, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, I suppose,
Absolutely.
at that stage. Still, though, Dara's favourite lifter, Akbar Jurayev. Now, next up, we've got this snatch from Tian Tao, 170 kilos, and it's such a crisp little snatch. So nice.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Tian Tao did bomb out, as was inevitable with the power jerk at Worlds. So he missed 3 clean and jerks. 212 and 212 and 214, I think, were the attempts, which is a shame to see because he's obviously fighting for his life with Li Dian, who also didn't have a great competition. But I did want to put this 170 because it is such a nice 170 snatch.
But this 170 is gorgeous.
Whew.
This 170 is the kind of lift you'll go back, and as you're sitting in the car waiting to go into the gym, you'll be like, just going to watch it 5 more times.
Yeah, like no one can ever take this 170 from him, no matter what happens in competition. His snatches were really good in competition. They look very sharp, but that one is the 89. But unfortunately, the competition, they didn't go great for him, as it didn't with many of the other 89 kilo lifters. But this 170 is something he can always be proud of.
Jeez, I just love that static setup.
Yeah, when you're a horse, it helps.
Yeah, if you can deadlift 380 kilos off the floor with a snatch foot grip, that setup's going to be sick.
Yeah, and if you can pause squat 300 kilos as an 89, it's going to happen for you.
Yeah.
Now, here we have Rahmat. Now, we've seen the world record clean and jerk from him at 209, but we also saw that 180 kilo power clean. But really weirdly, we've seen him doing this 195 clean front squat jerk in the training hall. And considering how close it was to our record with straps, and he's so jacked, I had to include it.
Yeah.
Is that all right with everyone?
He's super.
Is that okay with you?
It's perfectly fine with me, Owen.
Is it okay with you? Because I just jacked weightlifters lifting things is great for everyone.
He really gets those hips in there, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's probably one of the downfalls of his lifting.
Yeah.
But it hasn't stopped him setting massive clean and jerks in competition. Yeah. Still very young also. I think he's just in his early 20s. So generally a 73, but he was a slightly overweight for this competition, coming from Indonesia. Have you been to Indonesia?
Mm-hmm.
Nice country?
Yeah.
Nice country. Nice clean and jerks. Now, next up, we have got Bojadar and Andreev. Look, I don't speak Bulgarian, lads. Snatching 170 from blocks, and this lift in of itself is obviously incredibly impressive. It's just so unusual that it's in the training hall.
Yeah, I don't even know why they have blocks in the training hall.
They're always there, yeah, but
like
people who do some pulls,
people aren't going ham on the high block snatches. Like,
well, you're wrong, because Bojadar went ham on the high block with 170.
It's bizarre to see it.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, I'm glad he did it because it's such a nice little lift at 170 from blocks. He's definitely one of the fastest lifters currently lifting, certainly teleporting underneath the barbell.
You know, that is something we have lost in the last few years, is the tricep bingoing flutter. That used to be so popular. That used to be everywhere.
Did you miss it?
I didn't realise how much I missed it until I saw Bojadar bringing it back.
And you're happy now that he's brought it back on the 170?
I'm kind of happy it's there.
Okay.
That used to be a thing.
That's such a... It's such a weird way to load 170. That's not the one where you could look at it and be like, oh, that's 170. No. You'd have to think about that and add it up. Looks like you do 180 from blocks.
Mm-hmm.
I would be surprised if he hasn't gotten real close. If he's doing 170 in the World's Training Hall, I'm going to have to imagine he's done 180 somewhere else in a different training hall that doesn't have videos.
Garf, I think you should get a full sleeve tattoo and a tan.
Well,
imagine how cool you'd look doing 170 from high blocks if you had a full sleeve tattoo. Come on.
I just don't.
For the lad.
Sometimes I think about tattoos, and other times like I don't. I've been on and off for 10 years with tattoos, but like are we allowed to have tattoos at Sika Strength?
Yeah.
As far as I was concerned, I thought all tattoos were banned in Sikistan unless you got the...
I'm getting the Sikistan logo.
The stag.
The stag.
Next, we've got Lasha Talakatsi doing what Lasha does best, and that is snatching 220 in competition. So, a lot of people were kind of just speculating on what Lasha would do. We made the speculation, I think up until including last year, that Lasha isn't going to do that 500 total. And a lot of people are on the same page. I think we're like, look... That 500 kilo total just isn't going to happen from Lasha. Can Lasha total 500 kilos? Yes, he definitely has the potential, more so than anyone has ever possibly had ever. He's undoubtedly one of the best weightlifters ever, if not the best weightlifter ever. Winning his 7th world straight world title, as Nat said on hook grip. But that 500 is just not happening.
No, I really don't think so. One thing I want people to watch for is the biomechanics of that whip in the belly.
Oh, I was just... Yeah, that's...
See this?
Yeah.
That's like 20 kilos of mass moving upwards.
That actually does get taken into account with the bar pat. Obviously not purposely, but it has to... You got to move it out the way, you know? It's a lot of belly.
It's a lot of belly. I'd love to know how much he gets paid for the sponsor on his top.
Do you even know what the sponsor is?
Something bet.
He also has 2 Olympic titles as well. I think I just actually kind of forgot to mention that.
Yes.
Okay, here's the belly whip.
Look at the belly whip here. Like, that's a lot of mass moving upwards.
It's going around the belt. Belly whipped straight out of the way.
The belly actually whips into his chest.
Maybe he's got direct control over the belly and he can go like straight muscular contraction.
And then drops straight down again.
Yeah, that counterbalancing pendulum effect.
That's pretty sick.
It's pretty great.
Manipulation of center of mass.
Do you know what's pretty sick is snatching 220, Dara.
Yeah, it is.
Next up, we've got reigning European shot put champion is Jessica Schilder with what I'm going to call the throwers hang power clean, or the throwers power clean complex, where they add a fuckload of whipping momentum to the barbell and then they get 150 up like that.
I'd call it
Yeah.
You know,
it's hard to spell that though there.
Yeah. You know,
yeah, go on.
So people will send this to us, or they'll comment on different things with these kind of power cleans, and it'd be like, what's the point? And I think they want us to comment on it being like, oh yeah, it's terrible, you know, whatever. But when you're doing this kind of weight, 330 pounds, nothing's terrible.
Like,
granted, if you're like a 16-year-old and you're in the gym and you're doing this with like 70 kilos, and maybe you could have hang power cleaned 50 kilos without all the... But on this, that's class.
Yeah, like, you wouldn't want money athletes doing to it. And, like, they're right to say that it's not a great idea. But it is 150 kilos.
It's 150 kilos, Owen.
Yeah. Look, it's very hard.
You're saying I wouldn't like my athletes doing it? If that was like a 16-year-old center.
But I know if you had an athlete,
I'd be fixing it.
You'd be fixing it.
I certainly wouldn't be angry.
No, you wouldn't be mad. You'd be like, "Wow, that's impressive. Let's not do that again." But anyway, they all do it.
Yeah, they all do it. They're all at it.
They're all at that with the hang power cleans, and it's still massively impressive. Now, next up, we have got, while certainly not the biggest, but we've got a little clean from Penn State at 335 pounds from the quarterback, who typically is kind of left behind on the pure athletic raw power sense of the things, as far as I'm aware of, in American football.
Yes. Yeah, much more of a technical position. I need you to watch something in the next week.
All right.
So, Untold, do you know those Netflix documentaries?
Is this on the American football lads?
Yeah.
I didn't love it.
Did you watch it?
On the modern lads. Wait, there's a Netflix...
There's a one about the Florida Gators.
I'm not... Oh, maybe.
Florida Gators, like 4-part series. Anyway, to get us quickly through this point, they get a QB, a quarterback.
Right.
And his name is Tebow.
Okay.
And obviously they won like 2 national championships or whatever. But Tebow used to just grab that ball and run.
Okay.
So there's none of this like...
Yeeting it.
He just get after it.
Right. I'm sure there's people watching American football who are appreciative of what you're saying there, but it's completely lost to me there. Next up, we've got Vitaly Feshchuk, who is doing 6 one-arm pull-ups with his left hand at 100 kilo body weight, and he is all of it.
That's absolutely insane.
He's every bit of that 100 kilos. Do you remember? Do you remember when the one-arm pull-up was a thing a lot of people were chasing? I'm going to say 15 years ago. This was when people were chasing it.
Maybe even longer, Griff.
Yeah.
We're old now.
You're old. But the one-arm pull-up was just something a lot of people are chasing.
I remember everyone used to be able to do the one arm and hold on to your wrist.
Yeah, but that actually didn't count if you thought about it for 4 seconds.
No, it doesn't count at all.
No, it makes no difference. But there was endless amounts of YouTube tutorials that were one-arm pull-ups, planches, straddle, like press the handstand. None of them worked as well, by the way. None of them mattered.
Why none of them worked is because all those lads who were telling you that were on gear.
Fuck, I didn't
Those massive jacked dudes.
I didn't know at the time.
I didn't know at all. But I know now.
Anyway.
I love this as well. This is my favourite genre of comment on an exercise video.
Yeah.
It's where someone goes, my personal record is 7 reps, but at 78 kilos, this is pretty insane.
Yeah, just
2-stripe blue belt here with a lot of competition experience.
Yeah. Former Olympian here, former Olympic gymnast. This is pretty impressive, but very cool all the same.
Give me a break, will you?
This the problem with these lads is they give people the false impression that if they just do calisthenics kind of training, they too can be 100 kilos with back abs.
Yeah,
with a bussy on their back.
It's the bussy for me.
The lads in comps trying to tell us that bussy means something else, but we're making it this thing now.
Lads, bussy only means one thing, and it's the ridge between your erector spinae.
Yeah, and we can't say on YouTube what the acronym stands for, but Now, next up, we've got
Jonah.
Jonah. Yeah, I was wondering, was it, like, did you say Jonah, not Jonah?
Windley.
So he has a 340 kilo squat, and it's just such a nice squat. It's a really upright kind of low bar squat, and it's 340 kilos, and it's moving well, and it's not shy in the depth. And I just thought it felt like it just really needed.
You just need appreciation.
Yeah, a little appreciation post, which is, I suppose, what the new show is all about for that. And yeah, let's just have a look. Let's just have a look. See.
Let's just play the tape.
play the tape. I don't know what 1 year of powerlifting is about.
That's
not
who's
right.
squatting 340 kilos after 1 year?
Here we go. Let's see it. 340. Very nice.
Stop it.
Very, very nice.
That is lovely.
A few more kilos in the tank too.
Geez, he buries that, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's buried for IPF powerlifting for sure.
Oh, we just did. No, it's fine.
I just wanted
it's fine.
No, the squat
Nobody
was
wants to
really
see
no.
the
I just
bench
wanted
press.
to see the squat, to be honest with you. Now here's Lucas up next with a 350 by 3 back squat, and he said 340 was his one around at 132 kilo body weight, and Lucas is dominating weights.
This just does not make sense.
No, he's upsetting weights.
I do not think these are fake plates.
No.
But
Lucas contacted us with the plates and stuff, and
yeah.
But someone separately contacted us, and they were like the supplier of the plates or something, and they were like they're all real.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, there's just freaks out there.
Yeah.
Like, Lucas seems to be one of them. The gym, all black and white, is certainly a
It's
vibe.
lovely. Yeah.
Because the colour of the plates, it really offsets, doesn't it? Just
Yeah,
lovely.
it really does. There's nice little colour accents.
Yeah.
The over the head bail for me is the real winner here, though.
The real breadwinner of this show.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
You know, putting 350 kilos in front of your head is...
No.
It's not nothing there.
No, for me, that's the real winner here. We're all winners here.
This guy is also a winner. Joseph is doing a 307 kilo bench press drop set. So drops to like 270 kilos, then drops to 180 kilos, it looks like. It does a couple of reps with that, then drops to 140-ish kilos. Couple more reps with that, all in the same set. Drops to 100 kilos. And to be honest, he could have stopped at 307 kilo bench press and just been like, that's aggressive. Like, and there was no need to do 60.
You know what? There was a time when all I did in training was dumb stuff like this.
You didn't bench press 307 kilos there.
No.
I know what you mean.
No. Like with like 5 kilo plates.
Mm-hmm.
This is incredibly fun training.
Out of 7, 3 are fake plates.
Give it a break, will you?
I mean, they don't pay for the equipment. Let's just throw 45 downs with no regards to the owner's pocket. You can't break 45-pound cast iron plates. I've never seen a cast iron plate.
Give me a break. I've broken a lot of plates in my time. I've never broken those ones.
People said 45-pound plates don't bounce like that. Yes, they do. That's exactly.
Yes, they do.
That's exactly what 45-pound plates do when they hit off the floor.
Having thrown so many of those types of plates around the place, I'll tell you that's exactly what they do.
On those rubber/laminate style floors.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is... remember when I did a 220 kilo zombie front squat?
Yes.
And like bar bend and stuff shared it. And
Yeah.
everyone was like, oh, it's fake plates and stuff. Which is
I know
really
those
nice.
plates were real because I loaded them.
I was really happy with that because it was
Yeah.
so impressive. People thought it was fake. Now, next we've got Shane Hunt, who seems to be back squatting. I know it's hurt he's back for a while, with a 280 by 8 high bar squat, barefoot. It's all the rage now, barefoot squatting.
Do you know what? It's because people like you and Shane now making it look cool.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's probably not the way for most people. It's
These
not
are
even
lovely squats.
Is any lifting Shane does not lovely.
Yeah. Do you know what I really like with Shane as well is he's not like training every day, going to war, brother.
Kind of is though. No, like
No.
not every day. Like he's a bit casual, is it?
No, I'm saying he doesn't do the powerlifting thing where it's like every day I'm in the gym
Yeah.
and I'm going to war every day. He's
Yeah.
just like, I'm just lifting weights
Mhm.
and I'm really good at it.
Oh, he's
Exceptionally talented at it.
he's not bad at it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's what you'd say average, above average talent, I think, at lifting weights.
Before he does the first squat, it looks like he has a little hint of visible abs as well, which is insane because he's 125 kilos.
No, he has abs.
That is insane.
No, do you know what, Dara? He has abs. Like, the fitness industry has ruined everyone's perception of what the male body should look like. And we know Shane is on gear. And if he can't be dick skin shredded, it's ridiculous to think that we'd even consider. We've been skewed.
Yeah,
we've
have
been lied
skewed.
to. We've been liver kinged.
Do you feel it? Do you feel attacked?
I'm a hot guy there, so fuck off. Just leave me alone. Now, future of powerlifting, or
Yeah, that's fair to say.
it's what the Instagram is called.
Yeah.
We've got a 20-year-old Libyan, and look, the name is in Arabic, so I don't speak Arabic, so don't at me. It's a 410 kilo squat, and he's 20 years old.
Yeah. Also, anyone who gets offended over people's names being pronounced wrong, just stop it.
Yeah, and if you're like, we bring this up a lot, just get those comments, and people say it's dairy and Ian over here.
Yeah, give me a break, will you?
It never. I went
410 kilos.
I've done Yasmin for 4 years, and half of the gym thought I was Ian,
Yeah,
and I was like, no, it's Owen.
yeah.
It's Owen.
400. We're so annoyed over this. This is overshadowing
The 410 kilos.
this young Libyan man's 410 kilo squat.
Very tragic incident in Libya recently, which is very unfortunate. Some flooding, so hopefully everyone's all right. It's random that Libya appeared twice like that. Don't hear of a lot of Libyan powerlifters, but
No.
he's
a big boy.
He's large and in charge.
Yeah,
The
similar in kind of physique to you and me.
but not squatting 410, brother. Thanks for watching today's new show. Now, speaking of the squat, what's today's new show brought to us by Dara?
Today's new show is brought to us by the Sika Strength Road to Anywhere squat program. Wherever you are with your squat journey, this is 8 weeks of very, very hard training. It's going to push you hard, 2 sessions per week with all of your accessory work included. It's written so it can be dovetailed into your normal programming, whether that's powerlifting, weightlifting, or athletics programming. And it gives you an included maintenance phase. So after you run the squat program, you can use the maintenance phase to just run your normal squatting afterwards. Standard PPs range for anywhere from 10 to 25 kilos, but we have had some massive PBs of people up to 45 kilos in one run of the squat program.